Never offend a woman who was good at math, physics, and chemistry because she could use one accident to wipe out an entire company of soldiers. First, she took a bottle of ether from the office. Then she took a box of sugar cubes. When she reached the hallway, she pretended her shoes were dirty. She squatted down and used 3 cubes to jam the spring door of the operating room. Next, she picked up an 4 stand. She aimed one end of the stand at the window. Then she went to the corridor. She turned a wooden crate full of alcohol and placed a medicine rack opposite it. The hallway became half as wide. After that, she opened the door and entered the waiting room full of wounded soldiers. She accidentally pulled the ether out of her pocket. At that moment, a doctor was holding a bottle of distilled water. He was about to use it to disinfect needles. When he opened the sterilizer, steam fogged up his glasses. He took them off to wipe them clean. The woman stepped forward to help. She handed him the bottle of ether. With blurred eyes, he poured it in, thinking it was distilled water. At the same time, the woman slipped away with the real water. She went outside and poured the distilled water against the wall. The water flowed down to the place where she had put the sugar cubes. Inside the waiting room, the ether began to evaporate. The wounded soldiers started to sway. The woman entered the power room. Beside the fuse box was an emergency oil lamp. She pulled out its pin. Then she opened the fuse box and shut off the main switch. The hospital fell into darkness. She splashed the other fuses with water. An officer ordered soldiers to check the reason for the blackout. One soldier came to the hallway, already feeling dizzy. He did not notice the sugar cubes melting under his feet. When the cubes melted, the spring door swung shut. It hit the 4 stand. The stand smashed the window. The broken glass knocked over the sterilizer. Then it was time to witness the miracle. Needles flew through the room. No one inside was spared. Meanwhile, the soldier at the fuse box lit the emergency lamp. He saw the switch was down and tried to pull it back up. The soaked fuses caught fire and scared him. At the same time, other soldiers rushed out in panic. They knocked over boxes of alcohol on the floor. An officer smelled the alcohol. He fired his gun into the air to stop the chaos. He bent down, checked, and confirmed it was alcohol. He ordered everyone not to set a fire, but just then, the soldier with the oil lamp walked back from the power room. The lamp had no pin. It was time to witness another miracle. Far away, the woman left calmly after finishing her plan.